powers. Please. Kiss me.
Greetings and salutations. This is Cage's Kiss, the Nicolas Cage-based podcast in which we investigate Eastern National Treasure's cinematic masterpieces and his life, and we go looking for those kernels of wisdom that might be in there from whatever character he played that week. And I'm Mad Dog, or Adrian.
Well,
Other people are here too.
yeah, I'm a criminal, see? I've got a gun, see? I've got a plan. And I'm just lonely Donnie.
Oh.
And I'm Linda, but this week you can call me a heavy cheese. I'm a heavy cheese with power and influence, see?
You're the heavy cheese that gives you diarrhea.
But she's a heavy
Yeah,
cheese
that
without COVID, we found out.
Yay! No chovids!
No chovids. Yeah, back off, chovids. No haters allowed.
Back off, chuds.
No, the chuds.
No,
the
we
chuds
want the
come
chuds.
near, with sprinkles.
Yeah.
And, no, they're all invited
love
to
the
live with
chuds.
us in our pink house with pink tinted windows and pink phones,
And our
What?
heroin.
and a shitload of heroin, and then there'll be short ribs and eating of the booty.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, you can go to our Patreon and make our dreams come true at patreon.com/Cage's Kiss.
wait a
That's
minute.
CAGESKISS.
Linda, where's our Patreon again? Where's that at?
That's patreon.com.
It's in
/
fucking France.
Now,
Cage's Kiss.
Linda, I want to tell you something, but I know you're gonna be kind of mad, and I just need to know that you'll listen to me. You won't be mad, all right? I want to know I can open up to someone I can trust, all right?
Donnie,
just
we've been
5
on many
things
missions
I
together.
could do a reboot on.
I know,
maybe.
and I know you don't like me, all right? I'm fine. I don't even like myself. That's fine. But look, I just gotta tell you, I kind of took our Patreon money and I kind of spent it on whores. And I'm sorry, but I want to be a better
You
person.
Son of a bitch.
That's okay, Donnie. I just want to take you to a place like where we can bury the money.
You still
Oh,
got
that's
you still
good.
got a key for that, Linda? Yes, Semper Fi. Yeah.
You've never fucked up on a job before, so
no,
you know.
no.
I'm here to help you.
Oh, thank you. You're such a friend. That's all I wanted.
That's right. Because in this week's movie, William Murderface was played by Willem Dafoe.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah, because we're doing Dog Eat Dog.
Yes,
This
not
is-
to be confused with the other Dog Eat Dog, where a
This-
girl and her father are trying to become DJs.
Yes, this isn't that one.
Oh Lord.
No.
Yeah, this is our second Paul Schrader directed joint and our third Paul Schrader written movie. Well, actually, he didn't write this one, but fuck it, it's his movie.
Yeah.
So this is May 20th of 2016. This didn't go to theaters in the U.S. again. It does not have a reported budget again.
Wow.
But it has a whopping international box office of $184,000.
Jeez, Jesus.
It did its best business in the United Arab Emirates again,
Again?
where it opened at number
Kept putting
10
some flourish on those.
behind Logan.
Jesus.
Logan and the Lego Batman movie.
Wow.
And it also did pretty well in Italy, where it opened at number 9 behind Spider-Man Homecoming and one of those Planet of the Apes sequels and fucking Wish Upon.
Somebody touch my spaghetti.
Somebody in Italy wanted to watch Wish Upon more than they wanted to watch this movie.
Wow. That says
Kids
something.
at home, if you've never seen Wish Upon, it is the stupidest movie ever made.
It is the most amazing stupid movie ever made.
I get wishes and they kill my friends. I guess I better keep making wishes, huh? Yeah,
it's
wishes.
Not until Wish 5 does she go, wow, I think this is killing my friends.
Every victim in Wishmaster figured it out faster than that stupid bitch.
Yeah.
What was I don't think I've seen Wish Upon.
You have to.
Oh,
Let's stop
well, it's
recording
free to
right now and
stream.
do it. Yeah.
It's free to stream
We'll have a
everywhere,
viewing party.
and it's free to stream because it's fucking worthless.
We actually could. We'll do that as a bonus episode. We'll do commentary on Wish Upon.
Yeah. Cage's Kiss presents Shit Upon.
Yes, exactly.
Are you sure you don't want to do Wish Upon a Star?
Yes.
When you wish up, wait a minute.
Oh, I remember this coming out, but I never saw it.
Good. Well, good. But
It
anyway,
looked pretty crappy.
I think people probably should have watched Dog Eat Dog instead because it's far less stupid
Yeah.
than
Definitely.
Wish Upon. Paul Schrader not only directs, but he is actually in it. He plays the El Greco character.
Yes.
This is his first
Yes.
movie acting, and he acts like a movie director being in his own movie.
Mhm.
And you know what I thought? Like when I first saw him, like doing that, like with his monologues, I was thinking like, he sounds like your adorable, racist grandpa.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, no,
Right.
this is another one of those Schrader trademarks. Much like in Dying of the Light and Taxi Driver, all the characters are racist,
True.
Oh yeah.
and that's a place most people don't want to go. Like even the villains, they still virtue signal like the whole way through, and it's like, could you turn that off? It's like it's like Grandpa with the blinker on the highway all the time, you know.
Even though we're not even near the ending is even racist without having to be racist. It had no reason to be racist, but
it's
it
precious. now remember to put your hands up because those cops have a license to kill Bob Brothers these days.
was. That's right.
No, everything comes back. Well, this and unlike Dying of the Light, by the way, there was no studio interference. Schrader had final cut on this. So this bad shit madness with all the color coding and stuff is exactly how Paul Schrader intended it, and it is better than Dying of the Light.
Yeah.
And there are some things that I would have fixed in the movie, but that being said, I still fucking loved it.
Like
And
Schrader
still
will never
wanna
be
know.
a great director. He's not Martin Scorsese.
I
you
still
or-
want to
or-
know what happened to that cupcake they were trying to make in the beginning.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's right. No, at the
Oh.
beginning, Willem Dafoe is at one of his ex-girlfriend Sheila's house, and she doesn't know he's there, and the phone keeps ringing because the daughter, Sheila's daughter, is I guess they're doing a cupcake experiment. Except
Yes.
the friend who's calling in has reservations about the cupcake experiment. It's like, well, mother and daughter are pretty fat. Was the cupcake experiment just to eat a fuckload of cupcakes?
I have to say the beginning is like probably one of the biggest or the best fucking openings I've ever seen.
As soon as I
woman-
saw that, I'm like,
Amazing.
okay, now I
The
see
actress,
why you guys like this movie.
Yeah, you see why we liked it. Yeah, no, that actress is the same one who played the madam in Tangerine. If you've seen that movie,
That's it.
so
Okay,
she's
I
like
was
a
trying
whole
to
head
place her.
taller than Willem Dafoe, and she's obnoxious. Everything in her house is pink. She has long hair
Mhm.
down to her ass. She's enormous. So
Don't forget the bobbleheads.
and they got they got fuckload of Elvis bobbleheads and shit like in there, and like they're just clearly terrible people. And Willem Dafoe's in there getting stoned and watching this show with this guy's on a talk show with like this ginormous rifle, saying like, well, somebody's gonna rape your daughter at 2 a.m. if you don't have a rifle. And Willem Dafoe is wearing he's got a mustache. He's wearing a t-shirt and he's wearing shorts like William Murderface.
Shorts and socks.
And
with,
socks,
like,
yeah.
with a knife strapped to it.
Yeah, and he's got a knife strapped to his leg. Yeah. And so when Sheila pushes him too far, he jumps on top of her with the knife. And it's like
to
climbing
be
a mountain.
fair, he did do a shit ton of heroin beforehand.
He did a lot of heroin.
Which I have to give credit
Yeah.
because that's where American Dad got their scene of every time someone shoots up, their eye pupils dilate, you see it traveling through the bloodstream, a whole bunch of
Yeah.
quick cuts, and it's beautiful.
Yeah, no. Schrader's pulling out like that bag of tricks from those those better '90s type movies. So you
Yeah.
get some natural
Yeah.
born killers in here and some Requiem for a Dream type stuff.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, no, he's keeping it bouncy for real. So this
Even a bit of Pulp Fiction in there too.
yeah, there's some of that. Yeah,
I was thinking
with-
more natural born killer.
right. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I was totally thinking of Natural Born
and
Killers
even though
throughout.
people talk about side shit, unlike most movies, there's a shitload of writers and directors who wanted to be Tarantino after the early '90s,
Yeah.
and they all
that's
did it
for fucking
wrong
sure.
because like they tried to bog it down
Yes.
with the side shit, except they didn't know how to keep it interesting like Tarantino did. So it'd just be like,
Yeah.
do you know that refrigerators used to get called ice boxes? Bullshit. Where'd they get the ice from? It's like, oh, you so clever, guy who made this movie shot in New Mexico for $1,000. Fuck you.
Well, speaking of this movie,
Yeah.
in an interview in 2016, Paul Schrader had a lot to say about this movie.
Okay.
But he said that first of all, I liked this. It didn't particularly relate to the movie at all, but I just needed to share it. He said, quote, "There's probably more talented people making films today than there were back then being in the 60s. The biggest and only difference, and people don't understand this, was the audiences were better. The audiences were going through social uncertainty and they wanted artists to help them out. And the moment that a society turns to artists for answers, great art emerges."
Well, that's pretty much true.
Yeah, I mean, I would have to agree, because there's a lot of like,
Well, if
I
you
don't
if you
know,
look
just,
at
like-
there's a lot of people you'll find on YouTube like ranting about the state of like the bullshit that makes money and like the overpowered studio system we have these days.
exactly.
And it's because people will pay to see in the theater a movie that they know they're going to hate. Like Michael Bay.
Exactly.
Like people love to hate Michael Bay, and yet they support him. It's like Michael Bay sucks. Stop giving him billions of dollars.
Yes.
I don't think I've ever seen a
Stop
Michael Bay
encouraging
movie
him.
in the theater. I don't think I ever will.
Well, he said that, quote, "I've been fortunate over my career to be involved in some important and prestigious films. Dog Eat Dog is not one of them."
Aw. I don't know why he didn't like this one.
Well, I don't know if he
I'd watch this
didn't
over
like
Mishima,
it.
you know.
I just think that he didn't consider it
Or
prestigious.
maybe doesn't think it's I don't know, like this. Well, it's based
But-
on a book by Edward Bunker, who wrote Animal Factory, which was also adapted into a film with Willem Dafoe.
Oh, nice.
And Dafoe's worked with Schrader apparently 6 different times, apart from this one. The only one I really know about off the top of my head is Light Sleeper, which I still haven't seen, because Schrader's worked a lot. I've only seen a handful of his films, though.
Well, apparently, before this, he had just like a simple walk-on role for him in his movie, and
Yeah,
then,
no,
but-
Cage gave $100,000 of his salary to get Dafoe
Yeah,
on board.
but-
Yeah.
let me get there.
Okay.
Like, say that he felt like he kind of owed Willem Dafoe, because Willem Dafoe said, like, "Come to me when you have, you know, a role of consequence or a proper role."
Come with me if you want to live.
Yeah, basically. And then, but originally he offered the role to Nick Cage for Mad Dog, but Cage
That would
said he
actually
didn't want
make
it
sense.
because, right? Yeah, but he said that he didn't want it because he's already played the crazy guy on film, and it's like, you've done it a couple of times, dude. Like,
I don't want the guy who does the drugs. I want the guy who says it'll take your tits off.
I got a plan.
So Schrader was like, "Well, fuck it, then I'll just offer it to Willem Dafoe." And he said, quote, "I was able to go to Willem and say, I've got the best role for you."
It's true.
And yeah, and I apparently Dafoe really liked the part, so it worked out really well. And so he had a low budget.
Yeah.
But I should say first, he thought that quote, "Oh, maybe Nick would like this. I just wanted to do something with Nick to show that we can make a film that people would see." And this is, of course, after Dying of the Light / Dark. So he wanted something, you know, he kind of wanted redemption.
Right.
And for both him and Nick Cage. But anyway, he said that they had a really small budget, of course, so it wouldn't be able to cover both of the actors. And so Cage, since he said, like, the good thing about working with Nick is that he gets your film financed. He said the bad thing is that he eats your budget alive. So and he said Willem's ego was hurt by the distance between them, and the only thing that would fix that was if the money actually came from Cage himself. And I was able to
okay.
say,
Right.
Nick's going to give you $100,000 more out of his salary. Then he says, "Okay, that will do it." So
That'd do it for me.
So yeah, he had him pay $100,000 to pay Willem Dafoe, which seems so backwards to me because, you know, I mean, say what you will about his movies, but Willem Dafoe he's a fucking master actor. He's
I
just
love Willem
fucking
Dafoe.
brilliant.
I mean, like, you know, he's my favorite movie Jesus. He really is. You know, speaking of Martin Scorsese.
That too.
I mean, don't sweep that fucking movie under the rug, goddammit. Like, if you're gonna watch a Jesus movie, it needs to be The Last Temptation of Christ. That's the only good one. You know, although I haven't seen the Pasolini one. That's supposed to be good. But
yeah, he's fucking brilliant. And like the Lighthouse, like fuck, like between him and Robert Pattinson, it was just fucking brilliant with the acting.
One more word on the author of the book, though, Edward Bunker. He had the distinction of being the youngest inmate of San Quentin prison.
Oh my!
In 1951, when he was 17 years old. Yeah, so he writes this prison shit because he knows it. He was a con.
The boogers and jizz floor.
Yeah, so he knew firsthand about the concrete floors in prison being covered in boogers and jizz. Yeah, and he was actually inspired to write by a death row inmate because he was at solitary and he was once celled over from a guy who was on death row who was always typing.
Huh.
Yeah. Fucking San Quentin.
Do you want to give a little like synopsis of the movie?
Okay, so we got the three cons. We got Diesel, who's played by Christopher Matthew Cook, and we got the Cage there, who's fucking Troy, right? You know, and Willem Dafoe is Mad Dog. And so they're Cage is most recently out of prison, but they're all out of prison and they both have 2 strikes. So the next thing they go away for, they're going away for life, and so they immediately continue to do crimes.
Yes, but they're gonna do it as samurai.
That's right. Yeah. So they rip off this guy named Moon Man by posing as cops, and they had like the saddest fake police car you ever saw. They get like a black Crown Vic. They put stripes on the side with duct tape and like police letters that don't even line up. And I
got a picture of that. If you guys want to see it, it's going to be on our listen page. That's cageskiss.com/listen.
Yep. And they barely get out of there with their lives because everybody's figured out that they're not cops, like immediately, like people are shooting at them. And then they go to El Greco, played by Schrader, and this other dude, and they need to help him collect a debt. And to do that, they need to steal the guy's baby as collateral.
Yeah.
And they're all like, man, I don't know, stealing a baby. He's like, what? I don't like hurting kids. I just like collecting debts.
Yeah, like, he's only 1 year old. He ain't gonna remember this.
What could go wrong? Yeah, the kid's not gonna pee on a baby. They won't remember. But a guy winds up showing up to the house where they're stealing a baby, and the guy has a gun in his hand, and Willem Dafoe blows the guy's head apart on camera. And they find out later, it's like, oh wait, that was the guy they were trying to collect the debt from. They're not gonna get that money, are they?
That's actually something I really liked about this film, was that as far as we knew, Nick Cage was the only one who knew they fucked up at that point. And meanwhile, you have the other two in the van talking about how Willem Dafoe killed the baby and the nanny. It's like it just goes from worse
and the
to
wife comes
worse.
home and Cage kills her.
Yes.
Yes.
Do you guys have any problems? No.
No, not really. And then they need a place to put the dead body. And Willem Dafoe's, I know a place. Because it's the place where he stashed Sheila and her daughter, who he killed at the beginning.
Yes.
And this sounds so terrible, but really, if you just watch it,
it is delightful. You just got to let this movie take you along on its journey.
Yes.
Plus, you also get Cage punching a lady cop in the face and then beating the shit from her.
Amazing.
I have it in my notes.
yeah, in slow-mo. Yeah.
And I got a picture of that, too, on the website.
It's like these guys are like locked into the whole crime con mentality. They're on a one-way train. There's no way they're going to come back from this. They're like, well, jail or death. I guess death. But as Diesel and Mad Dog are hauling the body up these steps, even though Diesel makes it clear, it's like, nobody ever comes here. We can leave the body anywhere. It's like, no, trust me. I know the plates for these. They're hauling the body up the stairs, and Willem Dafoe's like, I know there are things I could improve. You know, if you could just give me like 5 personality traits that I could like do a reboot on, and he won't stop talking. And while he's doing this, they get the top of the stairs, and the rotted floor falls out.
Willem Dafoe, he confesses that he killed.
Right? Because he knows the place. He has to also tell him why the other bodies are there. Yeah.
But he's like also telling him he prayed on it, and he's prayed on it, and he's prayed on it, and he just wants to be a better person and basically get his life right.
That's what's so great about the scene, is that every time they cut back to those two, William Dafoe is still talking. Even after they fall, he continues the conversation.
They fall more than 10 feet, like into a pile of disgusting rotted corpses, and Diesel's like, that's it. But Dafoe just, without missing a beat, just keeps going. You know?
Yeah.
Oh. And then Diesel shoots Dafoe on the eye tattoo he has under his chin.
Yes.
Yep. And that was kind of a brilliant fucking scene too. And I had to get a picture of that as well on the website.
Well, it cuts back to when they're freaking out in the hotel room when they're all coked up and shooting ketchup and mustard on each other.
Okay, so that reminds me that I was talking about that with this movie with Adrian yesterday, and Adrian, you led me to this like deep and very profound message in the movie.
I did.
So yeah, in that scene where it's like a flashback montage of them being family, it's like this party in a hotel room where they're all coked up or something, whatever.
Yeah, it's very Fear and Loathing.
Yeah, definitely. And they're squirting ketchup and mustard on each other. And so then it's like, oh yeah, they're squirting hot dog condiments on each other. Hot dog, eat hot dogs. They're the hot dogs.
And when after Defoe blows the guy's head off, the first thing Cage says is "bad dog."
Yeah.
Oh
God.
Yeah.
But it's just
Oh,
a fun
delightful.
little falling of dominoes because after Diesel kills Mad Dog and Cage like, hey, where's Mad Dog? Like, he's gone. He's
About
gone.
that, I kind of had to shoot him.
Yeah, and then as Diesel goes off to the market, which was a fun scene itself, while he's packing.
Yeah, they go to the
gun,
Apple's
Nick Cage is
grocery
getting
store,
his gun
yeah.
out, ready to kill Diesel.
Yep,
Oh.
and
Yes.
yeah, and Cage's character has this whole deal where he thinks he looks like Humphrey Bogart, and he's obsessed with old Hollywood.
Yes. Do
And
they
so-
do anything with that, Adrian?
You get a post-death scene where he talks like Bogart.
In the
Now, this
back
is-
of a car.
This is not Trader's first post-death scene. By the way, there is a reigning theory actually that at the end of Taxi Driver, that Travis Bickle did not survive, and
Right.
that those scenes afterwards, where his hair is different all of a sudden, like that's Afterlife.
Yeah, it's all
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Because they kind of did the same comparison to that in the new Joker film too, trying to say the things that happened in that were actually in his head. kind of a stupid
there are
comparison.
movies that invite these things. They're like
Yeah.
you get these sort of moody, interpretive, like sort of more mental movies sometimes.
Yeah.
But modern audiences also try to ascribe these things to like Batman movies, and
tried putting
I
it in the
think that's
fucking-
that's an
Superman
abuse.
versus Batman movie. Okay.
Oh, wait! They
Come
tried to put it on a Zack Snyder fucking movie.
Yeah.
Oh,
The Snyder
okay.
cut is legend at this point.
Jesus Christ! Oh my God! Okay, guys, like Zack Snyder ain't Federico Fellini or anything, right? There's nothing behind his movies besides a shitload of money. There's no brain
Yeah.
there, okay? There's no brain. There's no balls. There's no heart. Like Zack Snyder is
there's
a
balls
piece of
at his
shit.
pool parties.
Oh,
Oh wait, that's Brian. Singer.
Brian Singer. Well, wait. They both make superhero movies. How do I know Zack Snyder doesn't have pool parties with 14-year-olds? You heard it here first.
So you have Nick Cage doing Bogart in the back of a car while
back
a
of a car.
black minister and his wife are having to endure this.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's like, wait a minute. You know the score. You've been inside too, ain't you?
Like, I ain't gonna kill either of you as long as you do what I say.
Yeah.
And this all takes place he jacks the car and like
Well, it goes into black
by
and
a
white
diner.
to this magical 50s diner,
Yes.
and on the TV in the
Yeah.
diner is the announcement of Cage and Diesel's characters having been killed at the grocery store.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
So they
that leads
did.
us to the most magical, mystifying shootout in all of history.
Yeah. All of a sudden they're by the roadside, and it's all in red and blue lighting, and he's like, "Don't point
And
that thing at
fog.
us!"
Yeah. There's fog
And the
everywhere,
cops
they can't see
managed to
much.
hit the car again and again and again,
Yes,
blowing the
yes.
shit out of the Reverend and his wife.
Nick
Then they
Cage
wound Cage
is
and haul him
standing
off.
beside the car.
Yeah. No, well,
He steps away from the car and they're all like, fuck it, kill the car. And they murder the black couple inside.
if
while
you're
hitting Cage
super
once.
sympathetic towards policemen, you might not super enjoy this movie. But since it's about
Yeah.
cons and it's from a con's perspective, it makes sense.
Yeah.
in
And
that
this
they
was,
drag Cage to death behind a cop car.
Yes, I was gonna say they were like, this is the scene after,
Yeah.
after he's dragged.
Now, Cage didn't
Oh,
actually shoot it
Jesus.
at any of them. It was Diesel who did the shooting. He did beat up
Mhm.
that lady cop, you know. But they're like,
Yeah.
oh, you like hurting cops, do you? So they take him off. They handcuff him to the back of the police cruiser, and they just drag him to death.
Yeah.
Yeah, that lady cop had a real bad day.
Well, you know,
She just
he
wanna
got
get
stopped
knocked
by a
out.
lady cop in his automobile.
Yeah, she was
stopped
a
my butt
badass,
with a
though,
big
'cause she
black
was just,
stick,
like-
and she tried to cop a feel.
She kept at it.
So psycho.
This movie is also full of amazing, like, I feel like understated funny scenes. Like, there's this one scene where
It's in between the really overt ones.
Yeah.
yeah, where a sex worker is trying to convince Cage's character Troy that she's exceptional at giving heads. So
Oh,
she
Jesus.
starts
Oh, yeah.
putting his
Right.
his fingers like his whole hand in her mouth,
And then she
and
immediately
she gags on his fingers. Like, yeah,
oh, she's off. Yeah. Well, no, that's the part where it hits home for us that these guys are all completely institutionalized. They're in no way adjusted
Yes.
to like normal civilian life.
It's like,
And so like Diesel, the huge fucking bald one, like he meets the lady at the bar, and he freaks out when she keeps asking him questions like, "What's with the 20 fucking questions? You know I've been inside." She's like, "I didn't know that. What the fuck?"
like, I gave you a look, and you gave a look like, yeah, I know what you're talking about. You know.
Meanwhile,
Yeah, he just-
Willem Dafoe has that lady trying to give him a head job, and she says, "Why you make such a problem of it?"
It's like, this takes forever.
I have in
But-
my
but
notes.
he's got
you
heroin
can
dick,
almost
so-
you can almost hear the masseuse who's giving Mad Dog a handy think, "It's a living."
Right.
And she gets upset when she's looking at her cell phone while jerking him off.
Yeah.
She's
then-
like, "Yeah, take
It's
this."
it's like
Nick
Jack
Cage gets
Nicholson's
upset.
character in Carnal Knowledge. It's like
Oh,
it takes this
God.
whole long procedure just to sustain the erection.
Yes. And Nick Cage is getting upset because he's falling for this hooker who knows absolutely jack shit
And
and telling her
she
about
is
he's gonna
a-
take her to France with them.
Yeah, she's
and-
completely bubblehead. He's like, "You ever been to Nice?" She's like, "Where's that?" "It's in France." You know, and he's telling her about how beautiful Nice is and how blue the water is. He's like, "So do you want to go to Nice with me?" And she's like, "Where was that again?" "In fucking France."
like, the sky and the water is so blue, like your eyes.
No, you see
That's
that
nice.
gay
Let me suck your
guy
dick.
I told you about? He's gonna finish editing my album, and I need to take my headshots, baby. So I can't go to France right now. Yeah.
Also, like, she says that instead of going to France with him, that she says she'll give him a little TLC for $300.
For $300, yeah. It's like I'm
totally
gonna give you
worth
this
it.
epic head. It's like when you suck on the fingers, you're not supposed to choke on the fingers.
But I also have it in my notes that if it were me, I'd start singing waterfalls while maintaining serious eye contact with him.
Oh. Hey, that's
Is
a
it
truth.
$300 worth?
So that Christopher Matthew Cook guy doesn't quite have the same pedigree as Cage and Defoe there. He's mostly a TV guy. He did The Walking Dead, and he did that Mr. Right movie with Sam Rockwell, and he did a Hunger Games parody called The Starving Games.
Oh, okay.
And he was
Oh,
in Under
my.
the Dome, so he pops up a lot of
Oh,
places. As people don't usually know his name or anything, though.
All right.
Yeah, Under the Dome.
I never actually saw it. It's Stephen King, so I don't care.
Yeah.
More like In the Bowl. Oh, I love Stephen King.
I like
I
some
prefer
film
coked up
adaptations
Stephen
of
King.
Stephen King. Let's put it that way. But when you get those
Yeah.
Mick Garris directed ones that King scripted, like Take Me Far, Far Away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
they-
need to
don't
know
That's a lot of
everything
coke
that
there.
happened in the stand. Sure.
No, a lot of coke was when he admitted he does not remember anything of directing Maximum Overdrive. He just knows that he did because he has a scene in the movie.
It's like, wait, when he's watching TV late one day, it's like, wait a minute, I directed Maximum
Yeah.
Overdrive?
He's literally said that. He said he did so much cocaine, he had no idea he even directed that. He had no memory of it whatsoever.
I wonder if he and Alice Cooper hung out back in the day. Speaking of not
He may
remembering
have.
shit.
I mean,
You know?
shit. Even Elton John said the same when they were flying over the Alps. He looked
Oh,
out
fuck.
the window. He's like, "I have done more cocaine than there is snow on these mountains."
Elton John wakes up the following day and the hotel room is wrecked. He leans over and asks Duran Duran, "What the fuck happened?" And Duran Duran said, "You did."
It's like, what bastard would be playing this song at this exact moment right now?
Oh dear God! Did you eat all this acid? Put that fucking tape on.
Oh, and I've got to say, while we're talking about music and musicians, I fucking dig the soundtrack.
Yeah, it's a good soundtrack. Yeah,
I didn't even notice the soundtrack.
With the exception of the gospel music.
Although, well, whatever, but this soundtrack ain't everything though. Like today, I watched a movie with Elijah Wood and Edward Burns, which had an amazing soundtrack. However, it was an Edward Burns movie, so
yeah, I mean, I watched Guns Akimbo recently, and that just had amazing all over it. But the music was just really kind of
this Ash Wednesday movie though. I was really shocked. They had Zebra on the soundtrack. I fucking love Zebra, and you never hear them anywhere. Like they'll never be on the radio.
Yeah, I kind of miss the days of films like Return of the Living Dead and Fright Night, when you had all these bands getting together just making songs specifically for that film.
Yeah,
the original Fright Night.
Oh, those those 80s soundtracks, like any 80s soundtrack ad, with Cheap Trick, Stevie Nicks, Kenny Loggins, and many more. Stan Bush.
And back when they did something I fucking love that I really miss, where they would make what? Well, besides cocaine, I really miss that too.
Cocaine.
They used to make songs specifically for movies.
Yeah,
that weren't musicals.
Yeah, you would get fucking Stan Bush on there for your sweet montage straight. Like I fight to survive. Kumite, kumite, kumite.
Yes. Well, I know Wolf Cop did it somewhat recently, so hats off to them.
Rats off to ya.
Rats off to ya.
This week's movie also had Omar Dorsey as Moon Man. You may remember him from the 2018 Halloween and Django Unchained.
Oh.
And he was also in Eastbound and Down.
I was like, I fucking love Eastbound and Down.
Yeah, he was good
so
in this,
fucking much. But yeah, I didn't realize that was him when I first saw it, and then I when he first came up, I was like, "Damn, why are they hiding your pretty face? It's such a small role."
Well,
come out to the spotlight.
There's treasures in here, but they had to basically sneak this one by to get it even made, right? I mean, it was done in Ohio in 25 days, and the crew were all film students.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, and I know.
So if you look up the credits
a
of the people who worked on this, like even people like the composer and the DP, this was their first film. Like all of them, like they went on to do stuff, but this is their first.
Yeah, wasn't he involved with Columbia University?
I think so. Yeah, I think they were his film students. Yeah,
and I know he's done like a master class.
Yeah. No, I mean Brian De Palma did the same thing. That's how you get his movie home movies.
Yeah. But of course, I have to say I fucking love the fact that shortly, like minutes maybe before Mad Dog gets shot in the head, he says he'd shoot himself in the head before going back to prison.
Yes.
Well, there you go. He didn't have to.
Yeah, ironically, he gets shot in the head and thus avoids prison.
They all avoided prison, so they got what they wanted.
So, I mean, it worked out for him, I guess.
I got a suitcase full of guns. What, I'm going to carjack some old guy? And that comes full circle.
Oh, and I love the fucking quote where Troy says, "What's the thing you put in a baby's mouth?"
A dick.
Matt Duck says, "A dick."
It's like Mad Dog has no filter. There is no safe place for Mad Dog.
And he doesn't even say it as a joke. He
doesn't know.
He delivers it absolutely serious.
What the fuck does he know from babies, right?
I fucking love it.
But did you love the nudity, lack of nudity for a segment?
Are you talking about I want his clothes off, clothes off? You don't get any like nudity per se.
You get a lot of nudity.
Yeah, I mean, like,
you get like, Dafoe and his tidy
fraction.
breads.
You get to see how emaciated Dafoe is. It's kind of amazing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest though. In that scene, I was looking down and I was like, "Oh, how about that?" Well, you go, Willem Dafoe. Like, good for you.
You can see my penis and Antichrist.
And Willem Dafoe said, "It is accomplished. It is accomplished."
But yeah, there are a couple scenes in the strip club, and you see a lot of tassel pasty boobies.
Yeah. There's
and I
those
mean that,
those
like,
tatted
with
up
pasties.
ladies with their butts hanging out.
Yeah.
And yeah, they have like
That'll be 1,500.
These
yeah, your friends in pain.
itty. And they have very, very like minimal thongs. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like you could get like a Kleenex and have more coverage. Like, it's just
we've had
so
a lot of
teeny
Cage
tiny.
movies with strip clubs, and you notice how
Yeah.
most of them it's really soft pedaled, like they're wearing a full on swimsuit or something, and they're
Oh,
dancing
yeah.
on a table that's been thrown up in the corner. Like this
Yeah,
one
and
probably
you
had
don't see
the most
thongs.
effort intensive strip club in a Cage movie in a while.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm not complaining because like I figured, that's cool if you don't want to like, have out and out like nips in there, but like, you can have the tasseled boobies and still be,
Sure.
accurate. But yeah, I really enjoyed this fucking movie.
I love how much the cons hate women.
I love how they all like they have such banal conversation when they're with sex workers.
I didn't
Like,
know who fucking
like-
Britney Spears was.
Yes, I fucking love.
Well, no, you get the girl that Diesel meets at the bar. She's like, oh yeah, he's supposed to have stabbed himself in his chest, but his fucking bitch wife did it. You just know she fucking did it. Yeah, that shit don't add
And
up.
Cage is sort of the Lisa from The Room in this. Every woman thinks he's just gorgeous.
Right? Yeah.
They all
It's
say
like,
that you're like super
"You're a
hot
cutie."
for a Kong. Yeah.
well, look who Cage walked in with.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
He
like,
positioned shit well for himself there.
He does.
that's the whole phenomenon of like a skinny girl or like not so skinny girl like surrounding herself with like bigger friends, like girls like friends that are like
You get fat friend.
It's like you always look amazing in comparison.
Yeah.
It's a thing and it's terrible. But
Hey Meg, did you get less ugly? Yeah.
yeah. But Donnie, did you have any reviews?
I found a few, and I only have one very long one, and the others
Okay,
are
just one.
just adorable.
Do you want to widen our hole with the very long one?
Jesus.
Oh, I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
We're just gonna have to brace
Stick it
and
in there.
take
Why you make such problem of it?
it. That is what the doctor said when she gave me the COVID test. She didn't even spit on it first. But anywho, absolute garbage. Nothing original here. Wasted talent, wasted money, all for nothing. No payoff in the end. More of the same old, same old. Wow, Schrader has really lost his touch. This guy hasn't made a good film since Affliction. He just keeps cranking out bad movies. I mean, how do you go from crowdfunding a lousy Lindsay Lohan movie to this garbage? This guy is a mess. And have you ever read his entries on Facebook? I think he needs to lay off the bottle. I heard him call George C. Scott a drunk on his commentary for Hardcore,
George
which
C.
I
Scott
thought
was a
was
drunk.
low blow. He should take a good hard look in the mirror. Yeah, Dafoe and Cage do their job, but they have very little to work with. The script sucked, it's a Tarantino wannabe, and I can't stand Tarantino. Stay away. Far away. There's a reason why this garbage winds up on VOD. That man had an agenda.
Bitter much?
Yeah.
Also, George C. Scott, famous mega Hollywood alcoholic. Like he was like the king of the alcoholics.
Mhm.
You gotta catch up to George C. Scott. Like, who do they think they're fooling? There's
But
a reason
these are
George
the-
C. Scott's always rolls into my face off along with Oliver Reed
Oh,
and
yeah.
Peter O'Toole and Richard Burton.
He's fun. he's
Review
memorable.
signed Scott Schna. Oh wait, nope.
Oh,
like-
there
Yeah,
is somebody that
Scott
signed their name to a review
Snyder?
here.
And not just their friend's name who
Not
made them
Zach.
watch it.
Yes. This
All
one
right.
said, my husband watched it. I just looked at it for 15 minutes. Can't believe it. Great star playing this movie. Wasted money. Thank you, Irene. And she spelled it in all caps, too.
Come on,
love that.
Irene.
I swear that I'm clean. Another funny but shorty is we lasted 5 minutes 3 too long. Can't believe Dafoe is in this brain garbage.
What? It was the
my
first 5
favorite
minutes. They
brain
should have stayed for the whole thing.
My favorite, because it relates to the title, is here's a hint: let your dog bury it in the backyard.
So bitter.
People did not like this movie.
Well, fuck them.
I don't know.
Fuck them,
Yeah.
because I prepared something for our new segment.
Oh, what segment is
Is
that?
everybody ready for sequel?
Sequel.
Return.
Return.
More. Harder.
Harder!
Sequel. Return. More harder. Okay, so my proposed sequel is Dog to Dog. Every dog has its day, in which Omar Dorsey returns as Moon Man. Forced into a score with Cage, who may or may not be back from the dead. They run afoul of a corrupt detective running a private drug trade, played by Cole Hauser. Matters are complicated by Cage making ghost mistakes and Hauser calling in a medium man to destroy Cage, played by Snoop Dogg. This version would be written and directed by Albert Pyun.
Wow.
Excellent.
Did anybody else have a sequel for Dog Eat Dog?
Linda?
Yeah, but I was originally thinking of going with a prequel where you find
'cause
out
they all died?
what kind of yes, well, there's that. But also because I want to see like a
Boogers and
movie
jizz?
centered on just that party that they had in the hotel room.
Oh, you want a whole
With the
90
hot
minutes
dog
of that party?
Yeah,
Where they both take
I
turns
wanna know
hugging the
what
toilet
crazy
and
antics
confessing
happen.
things?
It'll be like The Hangover.
Yes, one time in the shower, some guy pulled a bag over my head and raped me for like 30 minutes. And then at the end of the movie, you find out, like, I threw a bag over your head and raped you for 30 minutes.
Like I just had to
Oh,
confess
Mad
to this
Dog.
now.
It's
I've been
prison.
praying on it. God damn.
Trust me, I hate myself as much as you.
Never use the word punk around somebody who's been inside.
But also, I was thinking, like, no, I'm kind of like, now that you mentioned it, I kind of want to see a sequel that's like centered around like a what if sort of scenario. Like, what was that cupcake experiment about?
Oh,
And
no.
like how it changes the world. Maybe they solve world hunger.
Maybe it could
With
be
the
kind of like
cupcake
that
experiment.
movie that was loosely tied to the Dollhouse, where they talk about the girl from the
Wiener
first one
dog.
dying.
or-
It just continues on with, I think, based off of her sister or the same neighborhood.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that did happen, people.
Well,
Yeah, I
there-
think it
there-
was
well,
Wiener
I-
Dog.
one of the reasons I prepared this whole sequel return more harder segment is that if you look out there, especially in the realm of things released to video or to television, the connection of sequels to their original is sometimes non-existent beyond the title.
At all.
Like they couldn't get anybody from Donnie Darko to do a sequel to Donnie Darko, so they made
Nope.
S Darko.
Yes.
Oh God, yeah. I fucking forgot about that. Thanks for reminding me. Son of a bitch, you just undid all my
Butterfly
work.
Effect too.
And Butterfly Effect 3.
God
Yeah.
damn.
And the funny thing is, those movies, while worthless, are both better than the Butterfly Effect.
I will also argue against what was it? Was it Creepshow 3?
Oh, God,
Oh
one we saw
shit!
that
Oh god!
we
Yeah,
watched
right. The
together.
one that has the cover art that they got from somebody on Etsy or something,
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like,
which
I
had
love the
nothing
show,
at
and I
all
love the
to do
previous ones.
with Creepshows 1 and 2. It's like they just made a bad
Yeah.
anthology horror movie with awful effects.
Yeah, I
And
love
even worse acting.
I love the series. I love the first two, but fuck, if you're thinking about it, just skip it. Fucking skip part 3.
Thanks for the ride, lady.
And it had Gloria from Buffy the Vampire Slayer being one of those sort of I think she was a vampire with it was during that time where they found out, like, oh, with special effects we can make her mouth open really unnaturally wide.
Oh
This
yeah,
is
which is the
spoopy.
worst effect ever. They use that in everything. It's like everything was I Am Legend all of
Yeah.
a sudden.
Yeah, because that was spoopy.
I preferred it in the Black Hole Sun music video.
Well,
It was okay then.
Donnie,
For
did
my
you sequel
sequel-
return this more harder?
I did, but mine is
Yay.
a direct sequel with the same cast, and they're trying to get their way out of hell and into heaven. So, of course, you can imagine how well that goes. And it's directed by Lars von Trier, because I want it to be artsy as
Yes.
fuck.
You sure you don't want it to be like a Coen Brothers joint?
No, he
No.
wants
Oh,
as much
brother, where art
penis
thou?
and
After watching-
vaginal mutilation as possible.
Yeah, between all of that and then the house that Jack built and seeing a house built of fucking smiling human bodies and a tit coin purse, I mean, come on.
Yeah, it's hard to argue with that.
Well, that works. I mean, today I was watching Robert's Blossom in Deranged, where he plays an Ed Gein inspired character.
Well, there you go.
No.
Yeah.
Well, how about that? You guys ready to face this off?
Donnie, did you have anything more for your movie? Was that it?
Oh God, no.
No. You don't want to tell me who the best boy is going to be?
No.
Full list of credits are tolerated.
Yeah. All I can say is that when they do meet the devil and God in these films, much like the Tarantino-esque type films, you don't ever see them. It's just ominous.
I don't know. In Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, we totally saw the devil.
We did.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
And they were
sign
rocking
of
out the sign of the
dude.
devil to get his
That's
attention.
right. Speaking of badass soundtracks,
Ooh.
God gave rock and roll to ya, gave rock and roll to ya, put it in the soul of everyone.
Eventually, one day, we'll have Fright Night 2 released to the world again.
Are they repressing that?
No, they still will never let that see the light of day. The only way you can see
That's
it
only
is
on
through
VHS?
other alternative purposes.
What the fuck?
What?
Yeah, there's a whole big story out there about Fright Night 2 if you ever want to go look at that on the internet
I
someday.
could have sworn we watched it.
Oh, we did. We saw it on VHS, but it's never been on DVD, it's never been on
I see.
Blu-ray, and it never will.
What the fuck?
Well, now I've got to look that up.
What's
Yeah,
up
you
people's
really should.
ass? You know, all these
Those are-
bastards, all they want to do is make money, and all we want to do is spend money. Put that shit together. We're willing to pay for a thing. Sell it to us, you fucking cocksuckers.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the same thing that happened with the Romero films, and I'm not sure. I think it's the Day of the Dead, or no, it's the Dawn of the Dead, I think, where the man who owns the rights to that wants way too fucking much money.
You know, if you ask for too much, you're not going to get anything. That's how this shit works.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's
that's
like
why
greed, your greed will destroy you, you idiots.
yeah, that's why it's like the 2-disc DVD collector's edition thing that I have.
Like
is
how it
worth,
took like
a
18
couple
years for
$100
heavy
now.
metal to come to video.
Oh god, yeah. I still
Yeah.
remember
Oh,
the first Fangoria Fan Fest we went to in Los Angeles. I got a copy of frickin' heavy metal, and it was a VHS rip that was done with like hundreds of others that this guy
Yes,
did. So
I
it was nothing
remember
but
that.
a scrambled tape with perfect
Yes.
audio.
I remember that, and I remember us getting so damn frustrated because
Yeah.
like,
And Dad's like,
God, what
"Oh,
were
this is
we,
a
like-
bad movie." It's like, yeah, no shit. You guys paid $38 for it.
Oh my god.
what were we like?
Yeah.
Like 9, 10, something like that.
We were pristine. We'll just say that.
We were really young, but our parents were awesome. Let us
We
watch
wanna
anything.
watch the nosedive.
I remember when I
Which
was
I think
4 and
is
I
why I
watched
have
I Spit on Your
PTSD now.
Grave. Followed by Solo.
Well, we did watch I Spit on Your Grave.
Oh, that was
Yeah,
you,
that's
yeah.
We were kids.
Whereas I was little
So-
and I'd get traumatized by televised cuts of Creepshow.
Yeah.
But
I'm
okay,
sorry.
for Face Off.
Mhm.
So for Mad Dog, I have Tommy Blacha. For Diesel and Troy, both, I have Brendan Small. For El Greco, I have Dave Willis, because this is animated and it's directed by John Schnepp.
I was just wondering. I was like, wait a minute. I know
That's
these
awesome.
names.
Yeah.
Excellent. Donwald?
Mine requires we go into a time machine.
Ooh.
Oh, let's get into the Cage's Kiss Time
Yeah.
Machine Toyota.
So, as Troy, we have Humphrey Bogart. For Mad Dog, we have James Cagney. And for Diesel,
Okay.
we have a bald Orson Welles.
I love it.
Yes.
Get some Stanley Cortez.
And of course,
photography in
Orson
there.
would direct this as well.
That's right.
Like, listeners, you too can go to patreon.com and support our.
You had a look in your eyes. You knew I'd been
support
inside.
Our Time Machine Toyota, so we can make this happen.
You're
You know,
the
there
killer.
was an ad in the paper once. It's posted online. You can go look it up. But somebody actually posted they were looking for a time traveling companion. Like, bring your weapons. This is serious. I've done this once before.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
see,
think
what you
there
do
was
is
even, like, a
you
movie about it.
get a hickory dildo and you coat it with hot sauce on both ends, and you both jam together so hard the pain is so intense that you actually break the time barrier.
Yeah, as soon as you clap your ass hard enough, it's gonna cause a quake in time.
That's
It's
how they
just
did
exactly
it in Star
like
Trek
Superman
4.
3.
Wasn't that the basis for A Wrinkle in Time?
Yeah, except time was added at the insistence of the producers. It was a wrinkle in something else originally.
Well, for mine, I have it being directed by John Waters,
Ooh.
and for Troy, I have national darling Tom Hanks,
Okay.
and as Mad Dog, I have Bill Murray.
Oh my.
I was originally gonna go with Steve Buscemi, but then I was thinking like, no, that's kind of too easy.
Yeah.
But I would like to see Bill Murray in the role. And as Diesel, I have Monique.
Not Angelica Houston.
Monique. Mhm. You done talked enough.
Actually. I don't know why. I just think that she would be perfect as Diesel.
I watched Stephen Buscemi getting killed by Vince Vaughn this week because I watched Harold Becker's unfortunate movie Domestic Disturbance with John Travolta.
Oh.
Ew.
Don't watch that one, even though it's free to stream. Don't watch it.
No.
Right.
You can just keep going along not watching it, and you'll be a-okay.
Were y'all able to come up with any Cagey wisdom?
I got one.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you want to
Let's hear it.
downplay a kidnapping, just refer to it as a baby napping,
Yeah.
and then everybody will be on board.
It's technically true.
They did that thing.
Donnie?
Maybe store your dead bodies in a better place?
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe low instead of high. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mine was obviously what I already went through. A little TLC cost about $300, and I'm still unclear as to whether that was something sexual or if that was TLC the musicians.
Yeah, she had a CD in her
Yeah.
purse, and she was gonna play it. And it was like, this is
It'll
kind of
change
That's what I was
fun.
thinking.
My record's gonna be just like this. It's gonna be transformative, you guys. Seriously.
Yeah, 'cause I
Alanis
don't know if
Morissette,
Left
Jagged
Eye-
Little Pill. Oh my god. This was a soundtrack of my life for 3 years.
and you know, my friend Rosa, you know, like she died, and like we used to listen to this all the time. Like I was feeling over it with like Rosa, you know, like we used to drive around all the time, like with the top down. Oh my god, I need a minute, okay? Wait, how long ago was this? This was like 11 years ago. Oh my god, Rosa, dude. Oh wow.
Okay, well, bobbing our heads like, yeah.
I use that
So,
computer for
also,
church.
I learned that some cops get hard-ons when abusing perps.
Yeah,
That's right.
I just imagine they all do.
And if you're
But
scared,
then, yeah,
go to
I-
church.
I can't really say I learned it. I mean, that's kind of
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of common knowledge
Yeah,
now.
well, this is 2016, so people had already seen all those YouTube videos of
Yeah.
that stuff happening.
Anyway, let's bring this back up.
Uh,
I guess this is the time where-
don't have your gun in your back pocket while the store manager walks by with his tie that's too long.
Yeah.
Yeah. Please listen, follow, rate, and review Cage's Kiss on Apple Podcasts, and check out our stuff on YouTube. Also, check out our Patreon at patreon.com/CAGESKISS.
YouTube.
Remember, you can find us.
Better use me.
Remember, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and on Twitter. Although, once again, I'm more active on Twitter, to be honest.
Is
you
that
can also
because
visit
you're
our
a
website.
twit? Is that it?
You're a twatter.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I was just gonna say no. I'm a twat. I'm on the twatter. Oh shit. Okay, I'm copywriting that right now.
Twatter.
Nobody can steal it. it's gonna be our new site. It's gonna be awesome.
Give me some twatter, cause I shot a man at the Mexican border.
And also, check out Cage's Kiss at cageskiss.com. I can't fucking talk now. Sorry. I'm still sick. But cageskiss.com, you could get the pictures of the stills of the movies that we get, and you can also see the pictures that Adrian creates, that awesome Adrian art. And you can read our bios on there and learn a little bit more about Cage's Kiss.
Yeah, who the hell are we?
I don't know.
Street
And you can also email. I don't like that. You can email us at cageskiss@gmail.com. Please do. We'd love it. Check out my other show, Bedknobs and Broomflicks. We just covered the second book in the Throne of Glass series, Crown of Midnight. Actually, no, by the time this comes out.
Yeah, you gotta be on the third one by now. Come on now.
Yeah.
Oh, we're doing every other week.
How long are these books?
Oh.
We're doing every other week, and then every other episode we're doing the books. But actually, by this time, I believe we just covered Sleeping Beauty, the original animated movie, not to be confused with Anne Rice's The Awakening of Sleeping Beauty or anything like
The
that.
Disney one. I like the artist they had
dog.
What?
And if not that, then we've covered the third book of Throne of Glass.
Yeah, there's
But,
bestiality in Anne Rice's version.
Throne of Glass sounds like a bitch in AOR song or AOR band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All about the AOR, man.
It's a great series, though. Adrian.
Well, I am on DeviantArt and on Patreon as Leo the Fox, LeoTheFox, all run together, all one word. And the DeviantArt has artworks and some stories, and the Patreon has super secret artworks and stories.
Yeah.
They're magically secret.
Ooh.
And there's totally updates occurring on there, so this is the time to lay your money down.
My dog Rudy just farted really.
Why do you let your dog fart near you?
It's hard to think straight.
You need like a little kennel with an air freshener and just like shove that off to the side.
Oh, different.
I need a little filter for his butt.
What you feeding that thing?
Just shove a kazoo up his ass.
No, you put some lifesavers up there and then the kazoo.
Yeah.
Gotta freshen that shit.
Speaking of shoving things up
Donnie.
your ass, I am the boy who blew on Twitter and on the Pornhub. Don't add me, cause it's naughty. I also will be paying our man Adrian for his TLC on my upcoming pod thing called Wisdom in the Bottle.
Well, if we
That's
use the
all
window
I
rate,
got,
I'm
and we're
undercharging
gonna
you.
Hope I don't have COVID.
I hope you don't have COVID neither.
Yeah.
I did a rare thing. I actually updated you this week.
You did, but it was worth it.
You'll be hearing from us next week when we cover Snowden, which you can watch streaming for free, but with ads
I haven't
on
seen
IMDb
Snowden
TV.
yet, but I'm already concocting my
Neither
sequel.
have I. You can also rent it or buy it in the usual streaming places: Amazon, Redbox. I keep wanting to say RedTube, and that's not where you want to look up Snowden. You don't
It's
wanna look
for
up these movies on-
pornography.
or maybe you do. I don't know.
Yeah, look up Snowball.
And Lemon Party while you're at it. That's why Donnie doesn't want
Oh
you
my
to follow
god!
him on there.
I love that song "Lemon Party" by Tonic. Oh my god, that was like so real. Oh, you don't even know. Me and my friend Karen, yeah. Oh, but guys, no. After that, we went to that IHOP and we had such shitty service. They made Karen so mad.
Until then, Google Superman.
Yeah.
Is that a Godfather Part 2 reference? Dirty, dirty, dirty. It'll take your tits off.
Excellent.
Cage, 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 peach. I could eat a peach for hours. please. Kiss me.
This is What the Smut.
It's a podcast where we read
And talk about
supernatural erotica novels.
I think you mean romance novels. Maybe some of both.
So you don't have to.
Hey guys, we should do a supernatural erotica podcast.
Oh my god. I guess so. I know how to read.
Why smut?
I think that specifically supernatural erotica allows us to examine things like power and sexuality outside of the realms of our current societal norms.
And it allows me to kind of explore the way I personally feel and reflect on my own sexuality whilst reading these books.
That was a good description.
You can find us online on Facebook and Instagram at What the Smutcast.
Let's wrap this up, people.
Who brought the condoms? I think we're gonna need a magnum.